Let me unmute myself. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. It is me. I am back. It's been a while. It sure has been a while. I hope our American friends are off tomorrow. I am off tomorrow. Sort of. Sort of. I'll have some work to do, but I can do it from the comfort of my pajamas and my house. What are you guys up to this weekend? Elsie. Hello, 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 everybody. This is a very informal live. We're just hanging out. We have Mr. Space Pickle in the chat. Say hello to him, you guys. This isn't Clint Danielle. No way. I need you to stop that right now. I know it's a little earlier where you are, but we're not doing that right now. Not the time. You guys have plans for tomorrow? We sure don't. Oh, barbecue, swimming, and fireworks. That's right, that's right, that's right. We will do the dishes. We will do the dishes. That's one of my things I can't let go. We have to have the clean dishes. 'Cause that's like cleanliness, right? Like that's like bugs and stuff. We got barbecue, swimming, and fireworks. And Danielle, we need to fix this for you. I don't want this for you tomorrow. So it better be tonight only. We are delivering a rooster to a family and more fireworks and catching fireflies. I don't think we have fireflies here, do we, Mr. Space Pickle? I think that's like is that an Eastern thing? This happens to all of us. This does. It does. Well, the work week this week has been well, it's been pretty tough for like a couple of years now. I'm very happy to have tomorrow, at least to where I can stay. So yes, everybody who is in here, I see that we have about six viewers right now. If you would like to join the chat, please do so. Say hello because this is the whole point of this live stream today. I'm not really doing a tutorial. We're just gonna mess around. We're gonna see some beads. Don't worry. We are gonna see some beads. But definitely this is more informal. This is about me getting to know you guys and you guys getting to know me. Too windy for fireflies. Is there a situation in which it's too windy for bugs? I guess it is. I wouldn't have thought that, but it does get very windy here. So we did see, I don't know if Mr. Space Pickle wants to elaborate, but we did see a very small bunny just lying in our backyard, just having a good old time. The bunny was like this big. Very, very cute. Very cute. I wish you could have seen the 3-year-old's excitement. Well, you know what? To be 3 years old again. I do have a 3-year-old, so I do get to see that on a pretty regular basis. You know, for Colorado, we usually have a moth season, and I've only been here for a few years, but there's like a moth season, and they get everywhere. Okay, they get everywhere. Don't like it. Every time I go into the garage every morning, when I have to like go in and close myself in and then open up the garage door real quick and there's like hundreds of moths that just fly out of the garage. So we do have those. That's a bug that we do have. Colleen? Colleen? So we have three of the four stooges in here. I think Jody is probably sleeping. Let's hope she is. Yes, so Mr. Space Pickle actually set up a camera, and he was getting baby rabbit. No, it was mama rabbit footage for a few weeks there, and then now I think that they have since fled their den or their burrow. I'm not sure the correct term for that. And they have since fled. But they do come back to sleep in our yard. Yeah, when my parents were here, they got to see the rabbit cam, the bunny cam. Okay, so um what? Mr. Space Wiggle just said we got the babies on camera too when they came out of the nest. I didn't see that. You didn't share that with me? I didn't see that. I didn't get to see that. Okay, that's fine. Do you have possums though? I'll tell you my possum story. So, I used to live in West Virginia, the home of the possums, if you will. And I would go to work at like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. I used to work at a lab and we had like a quota, so the earlier you get there, the better. And then you do your quota and you leave. So my street had a lot of, old wood around it. So essentially like, large trees and they kind of touched in the middle almost. It was like that much of a forest situation. And when I was driving to work in the morning, I just heard a boom and I thought and I saw like a white flash and I thought for sure that it hit somebody, a person. It turned out to be a possum. Scared the crap out of me. Not a huge fan. They're not the worst, but their hands are a little dexterous for me, you know? Mm. No, no, no. All right. So you guys have to give me your thought on these earrings. This tutorial is coming out soon, but there's one of these that I'm really, really tempted to keep, and you guys have to guess which one it is. So let's the camera, because nobody wants to see this, okay? Let's look. Here we go. Are we seeing? Are we seeing? Let's see if we can zoom a little bit. Oop, 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 oop. So, the first pair. I had Colleen in mind when I made these. Look at those guys. They're using triangle beads. I do love my triangle beads. I do love them. And the pressed glass, or the pressed flower encased in like the resin. See, I'm trying to up my earring game, but it's mid at best. Colleen really has it on lock with the earrings. So then we go to number 2. These little drops. The crystals on these, chef's kiss. and it's using Softflex Extreme Flex wire. I don't know. Let me look at it. Have you guys used this before? Because I had never used it. I saw it and I was like, eh. Because you have your regular, your medium, like the workhorse, these, and I have all the colors, and I was like, I don't need this. I don't need this. And I got it in a bag, I think. Got it in a bag, and I have used the whole thing. So Softflix is kind enough to send me some of their products to test, right? And you know, I just didn't think I needed this, and I totally do. So have you guys tried it? So I do look. So I'm not gonna show. Let me see if I can cover up everything. But I do have a box from Miss Colleen. We can open, okay? So, anyways, I went on Softflex and got a freaking 30-foot spool of this because I've used it all. It is just so nice because this right here, this is the two strand throughout the middle, and it's just very flexible still, and it's just really great. So this is that. And then this last one here, I had to try a few times. Like here's the magic of YouTube, you guys, because making these components. Look at my little nub. What is that nub gonna do? The nub's not gonna do anything. Okay? It's not gonna do anything. It sure ain't gonna hold a bead, so we had to make a little bit longer of a dangly do here for that guy. But, roses and chain. A roses and chain. Which one is your favorite though? If none of them are, if you hate them all, you can tell me that too. My feelings will not be hurt. I promise you. I promise you. Please sound off if you wish. I mean, these, it's kind of cheat mode because those beads are so cool, right? Like, they're just like globes. They're really cool. And even the wire working was good on this. But you guys, thank you so much for whoever has bought mystery earrings from my shop. You don't know how much that helps me, I swear. Because I make all of these earrings, I'm telling you, on a day to day, I never get to wear earrings. All I get to wear are studs. Jewelry for the most part, ever, hardly. And my least favorite thing about jewelry making, selling, designing is taking pictures and listing them on Etsy. So being able to do these mystery like $5 earrings and you kind of like it's kind of fun because you don't know what you're gonna get. But they're gonna be like, decent earrings. And you know, with all the Space Pickle packaging, the same thing that you would get as you would if you were to get like a regular item in the shop. But it just saves me so much time. So thank you so much. I've sold like close to 30 pair. Like that's kind of crazy. That's crazy. So thank you so much. But every single pair of earrings that I make on the channel is pretty much going into that mystery kind of thing. So it's like it's Gina. Look, Gina, this is like I made this with your bag. Look, so this tutorial is actually going to come out tomorrow, but I was playing around with these today. So I would love to know what your opinion is. Which one's your favorite? Look, Gina's in the house. That's crazy. Hi, Gina. I love the mystery. I like the mystery idea too because I feel like I would love to do that as well. It's just like kind of a fun thing. You don't know what you're gonna get, but if you like the designer, normally you're gonna get something that you'd like. Yes, yes, yes. Well, you picked them out. This one, Our dear friend Colleen inspired me for this one. But it's so easy to use this bag because look at the bead. I don't have to do anything to this bead. You know, it just kind of speaks for itself. But I did want to add a few of those triangle beads there. And I kind of like the gold with that one. It just kind of makes it really earthy. Yes, yes, yeah. It's so fun. That's so fun. Yeah, so if you guys haven't checked out Gina's tutorial for, I think it was like her first or second tutorial for these bags, this is her little, it's like a bauble necklace bracelet earring set. It is insane. I'm really trying not to make it because it'll use a lot of the beads that I want to make tutorials for, but you know, I might have to pick up one of those last couple bags and make it anyway. But it's so exciting. It is so exciting. Yes, honestly, her bags are in a league of their own when it comes to quantity. Like I've said before in some of my videos, you know, like I was like, let me do the YouTuber thing. Let me make, you know, let me see how many things I can make. Like, I believe Wendy Whitman used to do it, right? And so, you know, in kind of her memory, I was gonna be like, let me do that whole thing. Or let me make how many earrings can I make from one, you know, treasure bag? And I literally had to stop. I was like, I don't have any more ideas. Like, oh, look at that. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, look, it's Neelan. I can't believe it. Man, okay, so I'm a little embarrassed now. Whatever, somebody else should get on the stage. Look at that. Yeah, so there's so many beads left over that I just have to. I'm really loving these two. I just think it's such a pleasant color, right? Like such a pleasant color. And I really want to make some fishy earrings, like kind of inspired by like the Seattle like fish market, but I want to use bunch of fish. But yes, I've tried to do that with her bags. I've not been able to finish it. She has KO'd me every time. Okay. So yes, it has been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute. What? Like the whole gang is here. I am so lucky. Oh my gosh, thank you, friends. This is such a fun night already. And to make it even more amazing, I do have some beads from Sam's bead shop, okay? Was I supposed to spend this much? Sam's. No, I wasn't. But did I? I sure did. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's look because some of these like too good not to share. Okay. Um, let's look at these. Crazy lace agate. Okay, okay, okay. And I love me a good 12 millimeter moment. These are 10. Okay, and if you haven't seen these, I wear this one almost every day. One of my favorite gemstones is rutile quartz. I like all the colors too. I do not snub a darker rutile. I love that. Okay. But look at these. Could you imagine this? I'm getting like a Flintstone moment with these. Look at these. Ah, oh my gosh. Just wait. I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. Actually, Mr. Space Pickle, you need to mute yourself. You need to mute yourself because let me just jump to one of the showstoppers. Let me just I'm not gonna tease you guys. Okay. Okay. We see the price. Okay. All right. I did have to sell a kidney. Okay, but it was worth it. It was worth it. Okay. Look at this. Excuse me. Excuse me. Look. Okay, Mike is banned. Mike is banned. Okay, he's banned. But he can't be my mod anymore. Anyone else want to step up? He's not allowed in the Space Pickle live anymore. But are we seeing this? Like, all I want is like a goth moment and a choker with these. And I want that all the way around. I want to waste the beads, like, and I want to wear my hair up and I want to show it. I mean, what are we doing? What even is? What is this? Exactly, Colleen. You know what? You get me. Okay. 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 Look, I know you're a professional, okay, but I can't tax you even more, okay? It's already tough enough being my friend. These are some pre-night. Do love me some green. I mean, could we argue that this is the perfect bead? I mean, it's interesting in shape. The craftsmanship on these, you would have to think that, looking at these, it looks like there were slices of these kind of put together in resin. That's just what I'm guessing. I'm not an expert. I'm an amateur. And to think of the time that would go into making something like this is why I love beads. Okay? This is why I love them. These so smooth, so delicious. I love the inclusions on these. I am almost always a fan of inclusions. There are some crystal quartz that I have just to have that do not have any inclusions, but they do look like glass. I did get these chunky guys. These are almost like, did anyone else grow up with like your mom or your kooky aunt that would have like a geode slice in like a display, like a little triangle display like thing? I don't know how to say that. These kind of remind me of that. I so agree. I so agree. Agree. This kind of reminds me of that kind of just geode slice. It's like a table cut-ish, but also very rough on the edge. I love that. And these are Botswana agate, which is one of my favorites. I love Botswana agate. I think Nile had some Botswana agate a few months ago. That was pretty. I believe it was him. I was always playing with those little geode slices. Who knew that this is what I would be into as an adult? Danielle, are you serious? I need some pictures. I want one of those like geode chairs that you can just sit in. It's not comfortable, but it's a statement, you know? It's a statement. These are golden obsidian Hishi beads, and me and look at just how beautiful some of this flash is in here. And I love Hishis to just create some of that texture. I know you are so super busy. It's crazy. Look at those guys. Okay. So I'm going to tell you this. This is probably not a well-kept secret, but I used to be a shell hater. I used to be a shell hater. Isn't that wild? So I didn't like anything beachy because like neurodivergent people and sand just don't. It's not like a good mix. You know what I'm saying? But I did come across, recently my love of shell, particularly like the abalone, right? But also I have some of these like white ones, and this is white shell grade double A. And just look at the sheen. Like, what am I gonna do with that? I don't know. They look kind of like teeth in the very best way possible. And maybe I have to have a riff off that. Some chiclets, little chiclet necklace. Because Halloween's coming up. After the 4th of July, it's Halloween season, in my opinion. We have some Amazonite. twisted barrels. Well, you know what the problem is with getting really beautiful beads? I'm going to tell you a secret. You don't want to use them. I have a lot of very beautiful beads that may never make it into a piece of jewelry. I also got some of these cabochons, and you know, I've been really wanting to do some more bead weaving because it was my first love, really. And just look at these. This one in particular, like that's okay. That's wow. Yeah, it's a spooky season after the 4th of July. We don't care about anything in between. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Everything I say is just a joke. I promise. I promise. Yes, I'm telling you, I just don't know what it is. I am a simple person. I see pretty rock and I want it. Okay. I can't pretend to be anything else. So true, so true. But look at this also. We have another cabochon here. And remember what I said I was a shell hater. Let me see if I can kind of manipulate the light a little bit. Um, okay, okay. Excuse me. The audacity of this piece here, doing what it does, being how it be. Like it's hard to even film because of just whatever. Get out of here. Get out of here. I also have a couple of these. Look at those. Cabochon for sure will be probably a pendant. Probably bead woven. Look at these. The little specks of blue reflect in there. It reminds me, have you seen those lentil beads from like polymer clay artists? And it reminds me of that. But it's like, I want to wear this on my ear. So I'm gonna have to either tape the back of my ear or something or let them lobes fly. You know what I mean? Because I will be wearing these as earrings. You can't stop me. And even against better judgment, I will be putting these on an earlobe for sure. This is one of lamp working is one of the hobbies that I'm like, let me absolutely not do that. I'm very clumsy anyway. I will end up setting my house on fire. Look at these. It sure does. For all my purple lovers, I am not a huge purple lover. I think she's okay. I think she's, amiable. But these, okay, okay. And we're drilled on the points. Okay, we have holes through the points. This is not your mother's wear bead, okay? Even though your mother is a beautiful lady, don't let me tell you anything different. But okay, okay. I know somebody who likes space. I don't know her name, but I know somebody. And these, I believe, are resin coated, so they're pretty lightweight as well. I'm gonna have to make Colleen some earrings with those. But are we seeing these? You know what? Dam's lives do me dirty. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you. I'm gonna have to delete that app. I'm just kidding. I would never do that. But every time I go in there, I'm like, where does he even find some of these beads? Like this one right here. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, okay, let's have a shape. Let's also be faceted and let's also have a crazy pattern. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Mm. Oh, I haven't opened this. I've not opened this. Crystal Point pendants. I have a couple of these. And you always know you're going to get good packaging. I mean, all my friends in here have good packaging. It's crazy. Look at this. Are we seeing? And I don't know why I love quartz so much. I just love the weight of it. And especially quartz when you find some rainbow flash in quartz. Insane. See what our other one looks like. Oh my goodness. Look at her. She's got a little twist to her. No. Mm-mm. No. No, no, no. No. No, I don't even know how to show this off. I really don't. What am I doing? I'm a bad YouTuber. Like, how do you show off crystal quartz? Like, she's got like a little twist to her, but it's still smooth. There's definitely some like rainbow flash in this area here. I mean, it's like an icicle for real. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you so much. I can't believe I have her in my collection now because she will never get worn. Ooh, could you imagine just one ear with this? Just one. Leave the other one bare. Let's bring all the attention to one side. I'll do it. I'll do it. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't. I don't get it at this point because I'm constantly online looking at beats, and he just finds things that I just would never. I would never. I got a couple more of those lentil type beads. Then I have this rainbow obsidian. And I don't know if you can see the subtlety in the color here. That's crazy. Crazy. It almost looks like a mood ring. You know, like those rings, they're like black or dark blue when they're cold, but when they warm up, they're like oranges and all the things, right? It's kind of giving that. It's kind of giving that. I'm seeing that. Look, but like only from certain angles. Yo, the earth is wild. That's my hippie thing. That's my hippie saying of the night. The earth is wild, y'all. Because look at that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Next. Next. I feel like Judge Judy right now. Nope. I'm not going to stand for this nonsense. I'm not standing for this nonsense. Okay. Faceted pear brio, white shell. Are we seeing? Um, the oil slick, I've never seen such a strong oil slick effect on white. That's crazy. Um, you're kidding. You guys are kidding. Green's my favorite. Isn't green Danielle's favorite too? Green lovers unite for sure. Like, what would you do with these? Just, I don't know. Because they're so, like, even feeling them in your hand are just, it's so great. I just don't, I don't know. I always feel like when I have these beads and materials, right? Let me bring some of them out. You get these. And a lot of times I just want them to be what they are. I don't feel like what it takes to elevate it beyond what it is. And so that's why you see me wearing some of these because it's like I just want the beads and I just want to see the beads. And our bracelets just for you guys as well. For me, bracelets are just for me. And then necklaces and earrings are for everyone else. But bracelets are just for me. But yes, this is what I got from Sam's. And actually, let me grab one extra little bead here that I got, and I pulled it. Well, there are actually two. First, I'll show you this, of course. It's rutile quartz, but it's all golden rutile, which just flashes. Just flashes. Beautiful. But mahogany obsidian hand carved owls. When I saw this, I had to get these, and I'll tell you why. A lot of times, owls are used for wisdom. I'm a teacher, and so our mascot actually is an owl. We use that in our patch and everything. So I have gone and made a bunch of these like stretch bracelets with like red jasper, some obsidian. Like, yes, let me get those. So military guys, like, yes, let me have one of these. It's kind of funny, but that's really dope. I mean, those I couldn't say no. Those are just too cute. Look at those. It does, but it also feeds into the imposter syndrome because it's like, yo, I didn't need to do anything to make this look good. You know what I mean? I did not need to do anything to make it look good, and it already made me look good. And I'm like, I didn't do anything. It was just the beads. It was just the beads. Yeah, pretty crazy. Oh, let me get the blue ones. Our 12 millimeter moment. Okay. I just let me make sure that I cover these guys because I don't want them to break. Aline, did you see the Vaseline glass that I sent? That's how you know that I love you because Vaseline glass is my favorite bead of all time, and especially in the green color. I don't do that for just anyone. I don't. So beautiful. Mile, you have to tell us what you've been working on recently. Have you been recharging? You are constantly coming up with super creative things. You, Danielle, everyone that I know, just, not me, constantly coming up with these crazy inspiration projects and collections. I just wonder how you do it. Yes, I had to give you those, and I think I gave you five, which is just those are five little soul nuggets because when I got that strand of beads, I was like, I'm never gonna take it apart. Never. It'll never do that. Oh my goodness. That's what we all have to do, right? It's crazy because I feel like a lot of designers never get to like step outside of the grind and see just how crazy awesome you guys are doing. But you guys are killing it. Look at you! Really, the bead community, in my opinion, is the best community. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Sam has no idea who I am, but you can direct him to this video right here and just say, be like, you got any of those awesome shells? You have the 12 millimeter moment. You have some crystal quartz points. Yes, please. Thank you. And I'm telling you, I go on these lives because I don't like watching the lives as they are live because I get too caught up. But I like to go after the fact and then I can click through the beads that I want to see. And it's just outnumbers my budget, you know? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yes. Actually, don't unless you also have a kidney that you're willing to donate. And I'm telling you because it is worth it. But I'm just letting you know up front because when you go in there and you see, and I'm telling you, he had this strand of it was like Ethiopian opal, and opal is one of my favorite gemstones. It's probably my favorite, probably. Um, and it was like 200 some dollars, and I was watching it for like months. And I was like just waiting for something like if I did something good at work or like, like, oh, let's have a treat yourself moment. It didn't happen. It didn't happen. So I need to get on that. I need to start, performing better at work. So I do have some friend mail and I haven't opened it yet. This one is from our lovely Jody. And look at these stickers. Look at these. Look at this cute one. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Warning, contents are full of sparkle. We have the Monstera leaf paper. Just the details, just the details. Well, are you are you even see look what she did. I wonder if she did this on purpose. I'm seeing a lot of green. I'm seeing a lot of green. Is she that amazing or what? Oh my goodness. Let's look at this one by one. I mean, I know she is that amazing. I know that. But look. Is this like a dyed agate? It looks like it. The banding. We're on a journey here, folks. We've got a little pearl moment in between. Two of my favorite tones of green as well. I love the obnoxious chartreuse-ish, brownish light green. I love that earthy tone. Um, Oh my God. Okay. Look at her. Look at her. So nice. What did do to deserve such friends? I really don't know. I really don't know. I really don't. Look at that. Look at these little babies. I used to make little rings out of these like 3 millimeter ones. My God. Look. Look at that. So good. Another one. Oh my, this is my favorite green tone right there, that one. Although the only tone I don't like is sage, and that's just because I've had to wear a sage uniform for 15 years. No one's counting though. No one's counting. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Ah, maple leaf. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Like that's one of my favorite check shapes. Okay, okay, okay. Yes, wearing camouflage for 15 years will kinda, it'll test your love and devotion. I'll tell you that. Oh, look at that. This is like my other favorite tone of beads. And this looks like a mookaite if I'm learning, if I'm doing a little thing here and there. It looks like the yellow part of mookaite right there. And then we have some what looks like to be turquoise and some check glass and this beautiful ring. Look at that. Let's try to look at that rust color just bring out the entire palette. It's crazy. That's crazy work. We've got some, it looks like focals in here. Oh my goodness. Look. Oh, okay. What? My. Okay. All right. What I sent y'all was nothing close to this. It was nothing close. I apologize in advance. She really outdid herself here. Okay. Look at how cute. Look, I'm gonna have to put a bail on this. This is very, like, very organic. Sometimes when I see polymer clay, it's just like too manufactured for me, but this is very on point for me. Look at that. I love that little bit right there to kind of offset the rest. So beautiful. She did. Look at what she did. All right. Let's look at these little focal guides. And these have a drill that is right. Let me get this. This is crazy. I will never not like beads. It's not within me to do that. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do to make these look even better? I want this as just the biggest pair of earrings you can imagine. You know, it would be a really cool ring as well, because I do have big basketball player hands, huge hands. Yes, the clay piece is amazing. I think I have some of these. Look at that. Green, African green jade faceted barrel. Okay. We're getting different tones. We're getting different textures. We're getting gemstone. We're getting, you know what? I'm gonna have to send y'all a makeup box. I'll tell you that. Danielle, Colleen, Jody, hopefully she'll see this later. Y'all will be getting a little something extra from me. Look, we're bringing in a little bit of purple. Love that one. And then look at this little bag. This reminds me of Gemstone Orphanage. Wonder if that's where it came from. Yes, let's all make ourselves like Captain Planet rings. Nile, you're invited. Which Captain Planet character do you want to be? Because I need to know this about you. We're to be friends. Look at that. This reminds me of my homecoming. Look, I'm telling you, it's not me, you guys. I'm telling you, I just have really amazing people around me, and I still don't get it. I don't get it. This is so me. This is everything that I am right here. This is such an amazing piece. I wonder if she made this. It looks like she would have. Oh my goodness. Look at this. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Why did she have to do all this? You know what? She's born to be a star. I'm born to be a hype man. You know what I mean? Look at that, the color story we're giving. The I love the different textures that we have in here. We have a little bit of some like flat tips in here as well. That was a really nice choice. We have some beads with a wash on them. Everything looks like you could have found it, which is definitely my vibe. I love that. And I love an antique brass. I can't believe this. She didn't have to do all that, you know? She really, really didn't. And then we have another piece here. Serves as some inspiration for some pieces. I love looking at jewelry that other people have made and seeing trends over time, and kind of incorporating some of that into my own work. Yeah, that's super pretty. That is super pretty. And then this here, it really, really does. She really, really does. She's just very giving. Oh my God. I'm a huge reader, you guys. She has actually given me some, you know, reading suggestions, and she's into true crime a lot. And I've read a couple of the books that she suggested, and this is such a perfect little cap to this little box that is so crazy. Look at that little pickle. By the way, if you have not seen one of my other top favorite beats of all time, they are, don't mind the fuzz, okay? My uranium pickles, uranium glass. And so these are actually radioactive to a degree, I believe. But that's okay because you gotta die from something. If I'm gonna die from meat, that's probably okay. All right. If you see these, turn off my lights so you can get the full effect. But these are definitely a really cool bead, and they're made by an artisan. Now, if you can get the full effect here, they are definitely a special bead as well. So, yes, I thought I was a huge pickle person, and I am, right? And so, on the continuing quest for people to be part of my circle, I joined Facebook Pickle Lovers channel, and a Pickle Lovers like Facebook page, and I have found out that I am not on their level at all. I do love me a pickle. I love that. Um, However, I am not going to go out and get pickle air fresheners. It's just not my thing. But you know what? I respect the hustle for sure. I respect that. So now I'm actually feeling a little fraudulent because I'm not taking my pickle love to that degree, but we do love a good pickle. We do love that. Okay, so we have one more thing. And I do want to open Colleen's because she was so nice to send me something too. Just don't want to. I want to make sure that I keep everything in its right box. All right, Elsie, it was nice to have you hang out with us for a little bit tonight. Thank you for coming by. Mine too, ma'am. Okay. I just can't believe, the internet, and this is me being corny for a little bit, but the internet has brought, you know, us together in a way. Because if I try to talk about beads at work, they immediately tell me, oh, that's the type of ism you have. And I'm like, okay, um, we didn't need to talk about diagnoses, but here we are. But I also work with mainly all men. Look at these. Oh, are we? Oh, okay. Oh my God, look at these little cuties. I love this one. I think this one's me. Wait, wait, wait. Let me see. No, just a girl who stop, Kelly. This one's definitely me though. It has to be. I'm always this person. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I know what I'm wearing for this video. I won't pull my dogs out for you guys right now, but it's not dog cam on Thursday night. Okay, we're not getting that wild. Look how beautiful this is. This is so pretty. Definitely a close match. What we got going on here. Hello. Hello, Sylvia. Hello. That's crazy. All of the bead people that I've met have been online, or all of the bead people that have accepted me have been online. I remember when I first started my bead weaving journey, I went to a bead shop in Florida. I was really trying to just like find friends. And this was before my YouTube channel. This is actually because this is actually the reason why I started my YouTube channel. And I go in there and I brought this like Cellini spiral that I've been working on, and I was like just been beading for like a month, and I was like, I kind of need help with this art. And she was like, well, you'll have to like talk to our seed bead specialist. And I was like, oh shit. I mean, excuse me. I was like, oh shoot, like dang. So she goes in the back and she brings out this lady, and she had like this like it was like a peyote rope or something, but she had used it as like it kind of like a lariat kind of. And she like it was like a movie, I swear. She comes out of the back and she like flips this lariat over her shoulder, like a scarf kind of. And she comes over and she's like, "Oh, yeah." Like she was very like, "This is wrong. This is," and I was actually so scared of Danielle for the longest time from afar, because I was like, she seems really nice, but like, is she gonna be that same person hanging my stuff, dude? I was just like, after that experience, I go in there and I'm like talking about like cord ends for leather, right? And I was like asking about like, well, how do you terminate this leather? Like, I don't know how to use this. And they were like, well, actually, like we teach class on that, so I can't really tell you. But if you want to come back for a class, then like by all means do that. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go online and try to find some friends to help me, because that wasn't cute. Let me see. First time here. I can't believe that. Welcome in. We're just having fun telling some stories. So if you'd like to join in my conversation, please keep reaching out, keep talking in the chat. I swear, Danielle, I thought I was like, yo, I'm not worthy. Like I can't live up to this. Oh my goodness. Great leaders don't blame the tools they are given. They work to sharpen them. That's very true. Look at our stickers. I have a planner, so I put stickers on the planner. So I definitely put one of those on there. Yo, I sent you guys some aliens. Isn't that funny? We have some aliens and some saucers. That was my gig. So right, like I was like, I know I can look this up online, but really I was just like trying to make conversation because I'm a pretty shy person. And so I was in there just like trying to talk to them because I love beading and I thought, they also loved beading, and I was just trying to find community, and that's really what it was. And so I definitely would have, spent a lot in their store had they, and I still did spend some because, bead stores are very special. But yeah, it was like, ah, man. I was kind of scared of seed beaters for a while after that. Look at this. I'm getting all the pickle swag tonight, you guys. Look at this. Okay, now we have a pickle in a pickle jar, and it's a pin, and we're gonna wear her. I'll probably put her on my purse. Look at this. I feel like we have to incorporate one of these aliens as well because that kind of gives the whole story of who I am. Yes. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Colleen. Look, another owl. Look at her. I love that. Oh, she tripped me up with the tape. I see you. I see you. It's a good. Oh my gosh. Look. Don't these look like pickles? My goodness. Oh my goodness. This is so beautiful. Look, it's got a little leaf in there. Look at this. Hello, talent. Hello, talent. My goodness, the combination. Oh my gosh, are these tiger eye faceted barbells? What are we doing? Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Like the matching earrings. Oh, look at the booty. Oh, it's actually the front. I love that. I was like, is this gonna be in the back? Because I want to show it on the front. This is, I love this. I love this little stack here. That is so, 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 so true. So true. Yep. And so that's when I went online and I found all you awesome folks. Gina was one of the first people that I found. I know she stopped in earlier, but she was definitely one of the first persons that I ever found, and I loved her immediately. And it's such a honor, honestly, to be able to unbox her. You're the best, Jolene. I have such nice friends. Thank you so much for brightening my day always. Look at these. This reminds me of like a malachite, right? And I love malachite. Look, a little roll the dice moment. Are we gonna go to Vegas? Are we going to Vegas? There's too many people in Vegas, I'll tell you that. Look, we have a whole necklace, earrings, and bracelet set. Ah, look at this. Oh, love that. Look. Who else loves malachite in here? Oh my goodness. I love malachite. How did she do it? I feel like, I mean, okay, let me tell you this. The food in Vegas is fire. It's fire. I've had to live there for a few months for military stuff. Oh, um, look. Oh, what? Oh man. Look, it's so like punk rock. Look at this. I love the gunmetal here. Do you see that? And it is just like so perfectly tiered. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No, I'm not taking it apart. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Y'all are crazy, dog. Look at that. I'm loving like the dark, moody. I love this. Look at this. Some matching earrings. Matching earrings. Look at these. Watch me wear these tomorrow. That tassel was dope, wasn't it? Look at that. When did you make these? You are just so impressive, I swear. Did you see that? Let's look at it again. Look at that. With the lucite flower. Ma'am. Delicious. Delicious. This is from our beautiful, beautiful Colleen, who is in the chat right now. I'm going to read this to myself later before I go to bed. Okay. That is for me, not for you guys. Okay. Look at all these beautiful goodies. Thank you so much. I am chuffed. Okay. Let's turn it back to me for a second before we close out. Y'all didn't have to do that. Okay. Jody, Colleen, you guys showed out. Danielle, you continue to have amazing things that you send out. I just cannot believe we have what we have. Thank you so much for being my friends. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was really, really fun. I haven't been here, I haven't been live in a few months. It's just because, my work has been insane. Okay. And that is the truth right there. Read it, everybody. See that? Wait, right there. Oh, oh, Colleen, so talented. Okay. It's crazy because the beading community, honestly, is one of the most talented, most giving communities out here on YouTube. I will stand 10 toes down on that. And so, give everybody a follow. If you guys have a YouTube channel, please put it in the chat right now. You are always welcome to do that. It's always a place of sharing here. I just don't have access to do it on my end while I'm showing stuff on video. Look at that. Yes. Thank you for the first timers as well for joining us. I will try to make this more regular. It is part of my mental health routine, okay? And I love getting on here and talking with you guys, especially when we get a little bit unhinged and talk about, maybe perishing by uranium pickle radiation, okay? And if you like candy corn or if you don't like candy corn, things like that. So, anyways. Lots of love in the chat right now. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I will let you go. I took about an hour and 7 minutes of your time. Thank you so much. I will see you guys soon. Be on the lookout tomorrow for an earring tutorial with 3 pairs of earrings from the GGC treasure box. I got the lemon, lime, and mint box. And of course, those colors speak to me. So yes, be on the lookout tomorrow. And then you guys, if you haven't seen, me, Colleen, Danielle, and Jody are having a live on Saturday. Okay, so come out and hang out with us and have fun, right? You're going to see us there. I hope you guys are going to see us there. Yes, so if you don't, go over to at least Danielle's channel and save it or tell him to notify you when we go live. And I hope we'll see you there. Okay. So I hope everybody's staying safe and well. And thank you for coming. I'll see you guys next time.